There's another one to first roll back all the migrations, like PHP Artisan migrate refresh. It's going to roll back, then reapply, and then it's going to execute the seeder. Okay, we can do like those three have different meanings. You should know which one you're going to use. In our specific case, all of them will do the same thing. So if we just do this, it's going to just roll back the migrations, reapply them, and then it's going to see the database. So at the end of the day, we have one user and 100 random nodes in the database. Now we have the database schema ready. We have some C data. Now we're going to start working with this data. For this, we need node controller. I'm going to bring up the terminal and execute PHP Artisan make controller node controller. But I'm going to specify -- resource flag, which indicates that I want this controller to serve as a resource controller for my node object. We're going to provide as well right here -- model nodes to display the form to create node, to create new node, to show specific node, to show form to update one node, to update node, and to delete the node. Pay attention that in some of the methods, like in destroy or in update right here, or in edit and show, we're accepting an instance of the node model, node eloquent model, which what we just generated. Okay, so I'm going to use multi-cursor functionality, and I'm going to return just the name of the method. So let's use this multi-cursor functionality and just return edit, show, create, and index. So we have the controller ready. Now let's open web.php and we need to define roles, corresponding roles for these actions. First, let's import node controller. We're going to need that right here. Then let's start defining roles. On get requests, whenever get request is made on /node, we are going to use node controllers index method to handle that. I'm going to also associate a name to that specific role, and this is going to be node.index. Okay, in the similar way, whenever the get request is made on node/create, and we're going to keep doing like this and define all these 7 rules for different 7 actions. So here we're going to have whenever get request is made on node/specific ID, okay, it will be passed into node controller show, and this is the root name. Whenever the get request is made on node/id/edit, it will be handled by this edit method, and here's the name. Whenever put request is made on node/id, it will be handled by this update, and here's the name. And whenever delete request is made on node/id, it will be handled by this destroy method, and this is the name of the root. Now let's save this and have a look in the browser. So we're going to just access to node, and we see index. If we try to access /create, we see create. If we try to access node/some specific ID, we see show. Let me talk more about what is this. So this is a route parameter. route model binding functionality, which means that system will automatically try to find node based on the following ID and then resolve this function passing the instance of that model. So in this case, we already have this node and instance of the node model, okay, which is pretty awesome in my opinion. So the same thing happens right here, here, and here. Okay, so every route is going to work. Now, I want to tell you that there's a shorthand of doing this. Instead of this 7 line of code, we can do this in a single line, basically, in Laravel. I just wanted to show this to you. So for this, we're going to use route resource. We're going to pass the resource name, and we're going to pass the controller, which is going to be node controller class. Okay, so this single line generates these 7 routes with these 7 corresponding route names. So we can comment this, and now this is gonna work in the same way, like
today I'm super
index/create, and you get the idea. We have the controller ready, we have data in the database. Now let's create the view. Common practice to create new folder and put all the views associated to a specific resource in that folder. I'm going to generate this through artisan. So let's bring up the terminal and execute php artisan make view, and I'm going to call the view node.index. Whenever I introduce dot right here, which means this means that it should put that index view inside node folder. Okay, so I hit the enter and look at this resources view. All of them can be found right here under views node. And let me quickly write some texts inside. So edit. Okay.